What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the third podcast of Buckshot. I'm Tom O'Mahony for the 12th of the 4th, 2017. How the fuck are you? So, a couple of comedy days coming up. We have May 13th is going to be in Care for the new show Buckshot. I'll be joined by local man Paul Marsh. May 25th, I'm going to be in Wexford. We're to see who's going to be with me on that night. It's going to be opening for me on that night. And also confirmed is June 2nd in Ratoath, the venue in Ratoath. And I know Paul Crowley, the awesome Paul Crowley, is going to be with me on that night. But of course there'll be loads of other gigs around the city or around the country as well, booked in, just shows I'll be on and all the rest of it. So yeah, there seemed to be quite a good reaction to the old grandparents last week. We have a couple of more listeners than we had the week before. A lot of people seem to be quite interested. I suppose they are kind of funny enough. We'll do a couple of more with them. Mad bastards. Other than that, really, this weekend has just been fucking bananas. I was hoping to meet up with two guys who are funny as fuck and do a podcast with them, but it just didn't happen. The way, like as I was saying to you before, I'm getting married. Jesus, 10 days time, 9 days time. So, for anybody who has ever gotten married, you fucking know what I'm talking about. Trying to hold down a normal kind of a profession of any sort and trying to get shit put together and all the rest of it. It's fucking banana stuff that you never considered to be ever doing. But it's all fun. But like that, this one is just going to be me powwowing about the shit that's gone on the last week. It's been a wild enough week, so we should have plenty to chat about. So far, let's do this. Let's do the podcast. And we're off. Episode 3. Awesome. I feel like a bit of a proper manly man this evening. I'm wearing my new camo trousers and I had put on a barbecue this evening. The only thing was, it's an old ass barbecue, this one that we have, little one, but it works fine. But the charcoal, I'm pretty sure, was a bit fucking damp or something, because it took its time getting going. Well, when it did get going, it was good, but it was kind of that kind of chemically smell you sometimes get, and you're like, oh Jesus Christ, this is all I need now. The chicken tasted like firelighters. I didn't put firelighters in it, but it was that kind of, and I'd seen this thing where they were putting herbs on the fire to make it all smoky and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, absolutely. This, where our house is, right out the back of it, there's like a soccer pitch, and there's a bunch of kids who are training this evening. So it would have been okay with smelling barbecue. So I said, you know what, I'll get some oregano, or oregano, as our American cousins would call it. And I fucked it into the barbecue to see what would happen. It worked fine, but it smelled distinctly like weed. Really fucking strong weed smell. So it turns, are oregano and weed in the same family? But there's a whole fucking, you could see lads on the pitch just kind of stopping every so often and looking over, like this mad bastard over here was smoking the world's biggest fucking joint. So I don't know any of them, but I'm pretty much sure I'm going to get a couple of knocks on the door over the next weekend or so, just looking for fucking bags of weed and whatnot. This shit turns out nice though. It did turn out nice. Less weed, maybe weed. Maybe when they make it legal, that'll be, people will properly cook with it as a garnish. Do you know what I mean? Right now it's just used as all kind of sneaky things, like let's sneak it into a brownie, let's sneak it into a muffin or into other edible sorts of ways, or let's smoke it, in a joint and stuff. But could weed become a decent gourmet? You'd never know. It might go fucking amazing with chicken or fish or something. Does anybody know anything more? I'm not a big weed smoker. Stuff just made me really hungry and tired. That was the stuff I was smoking in college and whatnot. But I don't claim to be too knowledgeable. So anybody wants to email me or tell me more about how weed would actually work as a garnish, more so, or just a herb to spice up some fucking boring chicken. Be interesting to know, wouldn't it? Or would you get all the same qualities? Would the chicken get you stoned? Probably. I don't know if you would. If you smoke chicken using weed, that's really interesting. That'd be a really interesting way of getting high, wouldn't it? Just having fucking barbecue burgers or pulled pork or whatever, doing your whole pit mask. That'd be actually a really sneaky way of doing it too, because there'd be no evidence, because it's all going to burn off too. Granted, the 22 young fellas that were training soccer behind my house, they were probably fucking they'd know, all right. So yeah, I'm recording this on Tuesday night because tomorrow it's fucking bananas. Tomorrow I'm getting to a very fun day tomorrow with an old buddy of mine, and you'll know about it because I'm going to do a podcast with him tomorrow. Interesting bloke, not from the comedy world at all or anything like it. And gigs coming up. I had a cracking weekend actually. I was in Friday and Saturday night. I was in Chaplin's Comedy Club in Capel Street. No, not Capel Street. Hawkins Street, I think it is. Friday night was fun. It was kind of just a mixed bag. They get a lot of tourists in there. The guys must advertise on fucking TripAdvisor or something, but they get a lot of tourists in there. So it was a good mixed bag of people, and they were up for it. There was kind of weird divisions between the room. Like there was every fucking kind of a nationality going on there, but it was a fun night. Saturday night it was out of 65 or maybe 75 in the room. That was made up entirely of 3 hen nights and just 2 blokes out for the night. It was for the want of a better phrase, like, but there was 3 levels of kind of classiness. There was we're all school teachers, and look, we don't really like her, but we're here for the weekend, and we're just going to kind of try and get through this shit, and in the hopes of coming to a comedy club so we don't have to talk to each other. Then there was the kind of a bit too much makeup group, and she had a veil on, you know yourself, Elle played that shit, like, but they were all right. They were just a bit chatty. They were all a bit Snapchatty, you know, like one chick, she was actually Snapchatting me while I was on fucking stage. She was sitting in the front row, like it was TV, like I couldn't fucking talk to her. I said, what the fuck? Actually, she'd just been told by the MC, turn off all your phones, and there she is, like fucking filming me. And I asked her, what the fuck? And you see the shock on her face that, like, the TV was talking back to her, you know? Just hadn't, obviously never been to anything live. I gave her a bit of shit about the phone, and I took it off her or whatever. And I pretended to drink her mother and say that, you know, she'd fallen down a well and shit. But their usual, it's a hacky enough move, but it's fun. They were in a hacky fucking mood. But there was a group down the back, the largest group of the hen nights. Oh, Jesus. Oh, gee, they were, you know what, they were great fucking fun, but they were, alright love, we're over in fucking Ireland for weekend, we're getting fucking blinded. I mean, every one of them were fucking smashed. There must have been like 20 odd, maybe 25 of them, and they were fucking smashed. They were smashed at 8:30 walking into the club, apparently. They were just, alright love, grabbing lads by the arse and stuff. Oh, Jesus, rough as fuck. They all sounded like they were in last of the summer wine. Hey up, I love a good weekend in Ireland, buy a fucking pricey drink. You know where I get at home? And they were all like going on about how they every one of them, for some reason, had been telling how they had all voted out with Brexit. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what to do with that. It's like, alright, just wait. We'll see what fucking happens, see who called it right. But it was that fun night. I think prior to last week, what was I doing last? Yeah, last week I had a couple of gigs around town. They were fun. The usual kind of midweek gigs where you're trying out some new stuff and all the rest of it. I think tonight I'm doing a warm up for a TV show. So that should be interesting. It's quite conservative. I'm not going to say the TV show, but apparently I've been told no swearing, Tom. So that should be fun. Trying to fucking put the cap back on the old swearing, which is difficult. It's difficult, but you kind of find too, like you click into it. It's like talking to your granny. Like you're not going to curse in front of your granny. Not really, you know what I mean? Not unless, you know, your granny is fond of a swear word herself. But I'm assuming that it'll be quite easy because I've done a few of these, like a gig before for the fucking ICA, which is the Irish Country Women's Association. I was preceded by a guy playing the spoons and followed by a guy with a banjo. So needless to say, that was an amazing gig. So it should be an alright one. A mate of mine, his wife got me hooked me up with it, so it should be fun. But yeah, I was down home at the weekend because, like I was saying, we were getting married, and Jesus, there is some fucking amount of stuff to be doing. Well, I think we were on top. Well, I'd say we were on top. In fairness, herself is fucking dynamite when it comes to organising shit. Like I just go, yeah, no bother. I'll drive there. I'll pick up that yoke. No bother. But we had to go down because the priest that's actually going to marry us is the priest from at home, and he's going to come up and marry us up here. But we had to do the rehearsal thing, and I gotta say, like, if you've never thought about, like, you know, a church wedding or whatever, honestly, if you're going to get one, try and go with a priest that is into it as our priest is. The guy is, like, coming from a theatre background, or, you know, I say theatre, stage performance background. When you see a good MC, you're like, wow. Well, like, it's a serious skill to putting everybody at ease, the way he can walk you through the evening, introducing different acts, you know, how he handles, you know, oh my God. Even during the rehearsal, like, I don't know if all the rest of them that were out there, because my parents came along, my sister came along, and obviously herself was there too, but I think they were just kind of going and listening to what he was saying. But I was really watching what the guy was doing and saying, and it was just the way he was saying. We were like, wow, he is so into this. Like, this is brilliant. Properly, like, I mean, it's, you know, obviously you can hire a minister or whatever just off the internet, and they'll just show up and they'll put on a smile and all the rest, and yay or nay, I don't know, right? But all I can tell you is this guy, from our point of view, I can't wait, because he was cracking real deadly jokes, like real cerebral stuff, like, you know what I mean? Even I was throwing a few good ones back, like, and none of them were going over his head. Like, he was into every one of them and had a little volley on all of them too, like, as they came at him. So it was fun just to see this guy, like, really fun to see him in action, like, and really into it, you know, that kind of way, just telling us, like, this guy's like a midwife, like, he's seen a million of these things. So, but he was some good choice words, because he's kind of like, look, you're up to 19, you're putting on a party for all your relations, essentially. But at any point, have you actually stood back and go, hey, this should be a ton of fun? Or is it a pain in your hoop, basically, is what he's saying. And it was true, because there's points where you go, well, you don't even ask, you're just like, oh, fuck, this is a ton of fucking work. And you don't really think about it. But it's actually, when he said that, then it was like, no, do you know what, the next thing we got to do, try and make it fucking fun. So, yeah, we drove naked through as a few fucking things have been coming off the rails, and you'd be pulling your hair out because you're trying to organise all these different fucking vendors and stuff, like, and you're going, oh, you dirty bastard. You see the phone call coming in from this fucker, like, even the chauffeur guy, in fairness to the fucker, I felt bad for him, like, but he had to salute. He rings up and he's like, I've got bad news. The guy for the wedding car. I'm like, go on. What is it? So the part for the Bentley, because it's an old ass Bentley, like, they don't make this shit anymore. You gotta go to fucking, you know, you gotta go back in time basically to get the part, and he's gotta wait for the, you know, doc to show up in the DeLorean to go back and get this fucking thing. But in fairness, he was like a guy who'd just gotten his balls chewed off by the last 10 calls, and I don't know why, because he rang. I went, oh, okay, so what's the solution? Because I've already sorted. He says, I've got the exact same car with a company up the road from me. Is that okay? I've given him your deposit, and here's his contact details. Okay, fine. It's like, yeah, no, it's grand. Because, are you sure it's fine? I'm like, yeah, fucking right, it's fine. You didn't ring me up with a problem. You just rang me up just to give me some news, because you had the problem already solved before you rang. I was like, oh, Jesus, thank God I've been getting my ear burnt off. I think people get too fucking high dough too, like, you know, that kind of way. If something changes, that's all it's done is fucking changed. It hasn't, your fucking leg hasn't fallen off. Relax to fuck. Like, a buddy of herself was saying, like, don't worry, Jesus Christ. Her vicar, are you in the UK? Her vicar totally forgot the fucking gig. He took another one, double booked himself. So he pulled this old bastard out of retirement who was in a wheelchair on the morning of. The suit dude fucked him, which, by the way, is an ongoing thing with me. I still haven't gotten my suit, even though I paid this motherfucker a ton of fucking money, and he's giving me all sorts of excuses down the phone, like, putting it back on me, you know, all these sales fucking things, like, well, I think what you'll find is, and all this shit, and so I chewed him a little bit, but because I haven't gotten it in my hand, I didn't eat the guy's fucking face clean off, because whatever about telling fucking jokes, or fucking barbecuing, or whatever else, I'm fucking really good at giving somebody a fucking unmerciful bollocking. Years of watching fuckers doing it in the buildings. I worked in construction for 10 years, so it's just watching other fellas and how they go about it. Like, it's an art form in itself. If I could get paid just to fucking chew the head off people, it'd be one of the easiest fucking gigs you'd ever do. But this guy didn't. All their fucking suits. I have only one suit to worry about, and I still haven't been told I'm not getting it. The guy just fucking shot through, fucked up their suits or something, and shot through. They'd fucking a ton of other people not show, and but they still got through with the fucking thing. So if I can give you any advice, if shit changes, don't worry. So long as the fucking roof is still on the joint, you're going to. And even if it fucking isn't, so what? If the dude or the person shows up to actually make it, and enough people show up to actually make it a party, then fucking go for it. So yeah, that was the weekend. Oh yeah, of course, it's like a running theme. Like there's going to be a ton of dogs every time we go down, or a dog incident. Like last week, herself was there with the fucking terrier. This week, I'd never realised. I knew my parents' neighbours. I knew they bred German Shepherds, but I had no real idea of the concept of the size of the operation. Holy Jesus Christ, they are some dog. We're getting a dog after the wedding. And we've been kind of toying about what kind of dog. So I don't know, maybe a middling range sized fucking dog. I don't know. There's some cool ones out there, like, but maybe get a rescue or something. Because there's valid points. I met my sister's dog, like it's 8 or 9 months old, and the thing is like fucking yo-yo, it just bounces up and down, and you just honestly, it'd wear you out just fucking looking at the thing. So maybe a rescue, some old ass bastard dog, smoking a pipe, smoking fags, just like us up, Tom. No, it's all right. I don't need to jump around. It's all right. Yeah. Can I sit beside the fire? Just for a bit. Yeah. Oh, nice. You got me grub. An older dog too, from a rescue. He'd be really appreciative, I reckon. You got to be careful too. You're not getting a fucking mentler. But I suppose they have it down to a T too. Like they'll know the mentlers, like, and they'll know the nice ones. And for the most part, they seem to be. They advertise them brilliantly too. If you ever look up like the Dogs Trust style, oh Jesus Christ, these dogs look like fucking sexiest dogs you've ever seen. They've got a glint in their teeth. They're just, the hair is amazing looking, and it's just every one of them is an amazing dog by the sounds of things. But we're going to go on the quest. But this lady next door, she breeds these fucking incredible, like these, like none of them are vicious, but she doesn't train them to be guard dogs or whatever. But a lot of people buy them because they look the shit. Like if you walked into a house thinking to rob this thing, and one of these fucking wolves was standing inside the door, and they all look like they came out of a book. You know what I mean? One of them, he was only like 6 or 7 months, but he was as big as fully grown, but his hair was still long, so he looked like fucking evil Longoria as a dog. It was the most fucking strangest thing. His hair was fucking impeccable. Like these dogs were hot. Weird. I also got to meet something I bet you nobody listening to this has ever met. I got to meet a transsexual horse. Swear my life. Poor old horse. He's 27 years old, right? This horse, 27 years old. Bruce Jenner fucking horse. Apparently he was a bit of a legend back in the day. He was an actual thoroughbred back in the day. So again, Bruce Jenner but he got a cyst on his dick, right? Fuck. Of all the places to get one. You get one on a leg. He's got 4 legs. He got one on his one dick. So the vet apparently was like, look, this could fucking kill him mentally, but I'm going to have to cut off his cock. It's like, oh, Jesus, are you serious? He's like, yeah, horse's dick has got to come off. But he said, don't worry, like I'll fit him like a girl basically, but just, a piss hole basically. And yeah, they were expecting the horse to just lie down and fucking just go, this is it. Finish me, right? So the horse had a ton of fucking illnesses and everything down through the last couple of years, but just bulled through every one of them. This one they thought would be the final fucking straw. Has to cut the poor bastard's dick off, right? Within 2 seconds of landing back in the field, all of a sudden this horse starts fucking trotting all camp. Now I don't know what's it all. I mean, we've all done a kind of a happy dance or whatever, like, he'd been in pain maybe for a couple of months, but this fucker just started fucking started dressaging, like had a bit of a mince. Like he'd properly transitioned, and he wasn't puzzled as to how he was going to take a whiz. Like it came natural. It just started shooting at the back. Like the vet was saying it's going to take him a few weeks. It's going to fucking piss all over himself. He won't know what to fucking do. He'll be lying down pissing into the air. Straight away, apparently this horse totally got it. That, well, no, I'm a lady horse, and that's how it's got to be. That's how it's got to be. And this was like a year ago. Suppose the Bruce Jenner side of things, maybe the horse doesn't know which toilet to fucking go into. But I actually think the fucking horse has done way more than Bruce has done, or Caitlin has done. he doesn't just recognise as a female horse. He went fucking full hog and took the earbox off. Like, I thought Caitlin just got a set of tits, didn't he? She's she now. Yeah, it's she, because she can recognise. Yeah, he recognises as a lady now. Isn't that it? Yeah. But the gearbox don't have to come off. Sure doesn't the undercarriage. It can still stay. I don't know. It's all too confusing for Tom anyway. But yeah, I was just so impressed. So impressed. Like, shit, the fucking dogs had each of their own stables and everything. Like, I'm not kidding with you. I've woken up in way worse places than where these places dogs live. They talk about the fucking doghouse. These fuckers had underfloor heating. I swear to God. How class is that? I don't even have underfloor heating here. I'm fucking supping tea as per usual. I should do one of these drunk someday and just see how it goes. That was it. The fucking weather, of course, was glorious, as it always seems to be down there. I don't know what it is. I come back up with a fucking tan after just going fucking 100 miles down the road. It's the most bizarre thing. It's not. I don't know. Is it typically all that way? But yeah, we were down there just back today. So I was planning on two mates of mine that are down there, and they're funny fuckers. They're actually professional funny fuckers as well. But I'll get them again. We'll get them again. But yeah, the Friday or the Saturday before we went down, I was gigging obviously in whatchamacallit. I'd been doing kind of a long gig during the day as well, so I had to rush back. It was the weirdest fucking thing on Saturday. Ourselves brother's he lives all over Europe, and he has a ton of this furniture that he purchased, stored, and never fucking used. And he just went, here's a wedding present. He says, I want to send all this stuff over to you. Of course, I don't look a gift horse in the mouth. I'm like, abso-fucking-lutely, not even a fucking transsexual horse. Oh, and yeah, I'll take whatever furniture you've got going. Even though there's a ton of furniture here, but his stuff would be fucking good gear. Like, he's a fellow who looks after himself, you know what I mean? Like, so he sends this stuff from Luxembourg, where he has it stored, right? So it's to and from what day your man's going to come, the delivery guy or whatever, for driving the truck. So he'd hired this guy through a company that were based in Romania, right? So I'm watching the clock, because I'm like, this fucker better get here at like 7 o'clock at the latest, because I got to be out the door at 8 o'clock for the show. 1 minute past 7, fucking Nikolaus pulls up in this fucking truck with the steering wheel on the wrong side. Some pilot to get in our gate, because it's a narrow gate. He comes in, fucking 2 words of English. But you know what? The universal language of hurry up to fuck is brilliant, because he got it straight away. I'm like, fucking time. And I think he thought I was giving him a bit of a bollocking, you know, because he had been paid and everything. Like, so he didn't really have any upper hand. He'd been paid the works, and I gave him a fucking tip, the whole lot. So, but it all went grand. We got it away, and then it got fucking weird, because as far as I knew, he'd been paid. Then all of a sudden it went, he wasn't pulling his truck out of the fucking way. I had a clean shirt on, ready to go, and he's like, excuse me, my friend. He's fucking English. We were 35 minutes hauling stuff into the house, fucking not 2 words of his own name, and like, yes, that was it the entire time. All of a sudden, this fucker's got English, right? And he pulls out like fucking an invoice, you know. Just, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll sign this stuff off. He's like, can you put your passport number on it? I'm like, are you fucking joking me? Who the fuck wants my... I think what it was like verification to anybody if he got pulled by customs as to what the fuck he was doing in the country. Well, I went, dude, yeah, no problem. You know what? Absolutely no problem. You can have my passport number. I just wrote my mobile number down. I wrote my name and my mobile number down on it, but there was no fucking way this guy was tripping back to Romania with what he would do with it, I don't know, but it definitely didn't feel comfortable. But I'm like, all right, you're moving now? He's like, and he starts rubbing his thumb and his forefinger together like, I get paid. And I tipped the fucker, tasty tip too. I'm like, you get paid? What? Because I need to get paid. I thought, you fucking fucker. Because you watch those Ross Kemp shows and you see these Eastern European fucking, and I didn't want to get racist or any fucking thing, but I'm like, are you serious, dude? Are you fucking joking me? Like, and he's like, and he starts tapping the fucking thing on the boot of my car. I'm like, you dirty eyes. So next thing, I don't know, it just sounded dodgy as fuck, like he was going to pull a gun. I was going to have to pull a fucking gun. But it wasn't. I think he just sounded threatening as fuck, like he was challenging me for the fucking money, but it wasn't. He was just wanting to double check and verify with his boss that everything had been paid and above board. As it was above board. But there was moments there I was going, how's this fucking going to play out? And this is one brave motherfucker. He just drove into the countryside in Ireland by himself in a fucking truck, and now he's going to block my fucking gate looking for money. I mean, I don't know what I would have done, but I mean, fuck. In my head, I'm like, I don't have time to fucking deal with, like, and I love a good fucking argument. I love it. I love it. I'll do it with any foreign person. I'll do it with any fucking Irish person. I love a good argument. But in that instance, I needed that fucker out of my gate so I could boot into town and get the gig done. But it worked out all well in the end. But it was kind of funny. Shit was missing too. Like, there was legs missing off of things and stuff like that. They fucking forgot them and stuff. Of course, they were reasonably priced. And, oh, Jesus. But anyway, my job was done. I'm not in trouble for anything anyway. My job was done, so I'm happy with that much. The gig went fine. Big sweaty fucking head in me too, like, but at least, you know, it hadn't gotten to that sweaty stage where you're fucking stinking. Do you know that kind of way? It had got, if you're heading out anywhere, even to do, you know, whether you've gigged or not, like, you want to have a fucking shower. I didn't have time for no fucking shower. So I was faking it till I made it, if you know what I mean. I'd put on a clean shirt, clean t-shirt, clean jeans, shoes, jocks, and out the fucking door, because there wasn't time for firing up showers or any of that shit. It wasn't on. But I was in Cork as well this weekend. That was the weird thing. That was what made my fucking blood. I was actually in Cork all day Saturday. I had a kind of fucking running gig with this company where I host these fucking things or whatever. But there's a thing. I do the same thing up in Dublin, and even though a lot of the people aren't originally from Dublin, I think you only notice. I'm guessing this is the same in a lot of big cities. Like, people seem, I won't say less appreciative, but they kind of expect a bit more, you know, that kind of way. They genuine, and there seems to be kind of in a bit more of a hurry, like, yeah, fucking, like, you know, like, what it is it's, I do this thing every so often for buddies of mine that have a company in the UK, and basically they take people, they experience this company, and they get me to teach people how to drive Ferraris. I know, obviously, I'm an extremely amazing I know how to drive the fucking thing. That's it. I know how to drive it safely. I'm no amazing driver and like that, but it was I've done it in Dublin a good few times, and you just notice there's like tapping it out, you know, they'd be kind of tapping the watch going, well, yeah, I'm fucking due this because I paid for it, which is fair enough. But what I noticed, I was in Cork over the weekend doing it, and you just kind of notice people are like, Jesus Christ, thank you very much for this, you know. And they're in, like, I was late because I got blocked in by cyclists and shit, leaving the garage and stuff. But I had to text ahead to the first couple of drivers before I could gather my time again. I was going to be like 20 minutes late, but it was alright. And that would be fine in Dublin. You kind of go, you wouldn't get a text back. I don't know whether they think it's just an automated one or whatever, but they'd come back, or you'd meet them and go, yeah, sure, grand, sure. But sure, look, let's get this fucking done. Kind of an attitude. Whereas in Cork, everyone was like, yeah, fucking grand. And that's not, there just seems to, and I don't know if that's just a down south thing, or is it just not out, or maybe I'm imagining it. I don't know. But they just seem to be like, I had the fucking morning taken off anyway. Grand job. But I've asked, like there was a guy out this one particular day over the weekend on Saturday. South African guy, and he'd lived in Dublin for a couple of years and lived in London, and he'd moved his family to Cork, and he'd been there for the last 11 months, and he was saying, I ain't fucking moving anywhere else after this. This is out down here is just city enough for me. I can still do the same fucking job, but I can tell you here now, nobody is in a major fucking hurry down here. It's lovely. Like, there's no fucking, where the fuck's my It's just relax, grand. I've fucking noticed it. I've noticed it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people can correct me. Maybe there's more. I'd love to meet the most easygoing county. My crowd are in Tipperary. They're probably easygoing, but they're a bit fucking wild. You know, that kind of way. You wouldn't know what you're getting like. I'm sure it's probably, maybe it doesn't go county by county, but you definitely meet your fucking lunatics in every fucking place. But I wonder what's the calmest county? Just relaxed, calm, you know. Easy going. Probably the one that's able to grow the most fucking weed, but Cork probably could. Wexford probably could, actually. I get a sense that Roscommon people would be very easy going. I gigged there last year. They were smashing in the theatre there. It's fucking lovely people. Don't think a lot goes on in Roscommon, but they were very appreciative of the night of comedy anyway. It was great. It was over there with Neil Delamere. It was a fucking smashing night. I'd say Cork is. is right up there. But they definitely have an opinion of themselves. Like places like Roscommon wouldn't have too much of an opinion of themselves. They'd be like, sure, yeah, you know yourself, kind of an attitude where it's just kind of relaxed vibe. But the weekend, yeah, it was nice. A lot of fucking driving. This week, yeah. There's I don't mind it though, but the fucking car only just past the fucking NCT. Fine car. But there's a fucking ghost living in it somewhere. The fucking thing. I'm there yesterday morning. Do you think it would fucking start? Nah. I think it's like the alternator or something's going in it. I have to get it fucking reconditioned because it's not like a fuel thing. It's not mechanical because I've had the fucking mechanic is dynamite. He's fucking... Do you know what? It's worth going over to the guy just even if he wasn't good. But he actually... What they do is they build race cars. And he'll do my car because he built ourselves brother's car, and it was just like, yeah, go on. He doesn't normally work on regular cars, but the guy's Asian, and he's so Asian, it's fucking brilliant. But he's been living in Ireland. He's got an Irish wife and everything, but he's Chinese. Oh my god, he's the funniest fucker, and he doesn't even know how funny he is. Do you know what I mean? He just still speaks with a strong Chinese accent, but he's got all the slang. What's the fuck crack, boss? What? I fucking love the guy. He doesn't know how funny he is. Like, smokes one cigarette after another. It's a fucking manky. Like, they had nothing better than hearing a Chinese fella who's actually from China describe something as a manky, dirty fucker of a thing. Manky, dirty fucker. Oh, it would brighten your day. It would brighten your day just to see the guy in action. But yeah, I've had it over to fucking him, and the thing was straight as a fucking arrow. Went through the NCT, not a bother to, but whatever the fuck. Oh, Jesus, but it's just the fucking joys of it. I don't know if ever no, do you know what? I've had a fucking the one and only brand new vehicle I've ever had. It was a company fucking vehicle. It was a Jeep when I was working into buildings or construction, as other people would call it. And even that thing fell apart. It was Toyota. It fucking fell apart after 9 months. Now I'm a bit fucking hard on vehicles, alright, but it went to fucking work yoke. You know what I mean? Fucking thing collapsed one night. Absolutely shit the bed driving through a village. Just shit the bed. The entire subframe fucking cracked. Apparently, according to Toyota, it couldn't be done what I did to that fucking thing. So she was just like, I'd been molesting the fucking 4x4 for 9 months. It just can't be done. And it's fucking done, fucker. The thing's in shit. They never had to replace, apparently, a subframe out of, I don't know. They fucking did anyway in Borrisley or... No, it was Templemore, actually. It was so funny the night, actually, we were going back to pick up the Jeep after a week. They had it. One of the lads dropped me down to pick it up. I owed the guy dinner. I said, come on, take it for dinner. It was like 10 o'clock at night when we were picking it up. And we're in Templemore, which, to anybody not from Ireland, it is it's the training centre. It's the entire town, essentially. It's one big training centre for our police force here. You can spot so many cops, like, by the heads, and like a lot of cops you just wouldn't know, but you can see, like, if somebody, you know, a real cop head, like, they've got that fucking big meaty fucking head, like they've been eating fucking turnips, and they play fucking GA in their dreams, like. And we went in for dinner, and there was a soccer match on the telly or whatever, and they were all student guards, I suppose, but it was just unbelievable. Like, every one of them turned, and they did all but pull out their like, it was a bar. They were having drinks in their dinner, but they still all turned. It was like some weird shit. Like, they did all but pull out a fucking notebook each. Like, it starts. It was brilliant to see it. These little couplings in their infancy, but they had just all had the heads of fucking cops, like that tight haircut, all wearing the issued boots as well. Like, free boots. I'm fucking wearing them. But it was yeah. So that fucker. It's all fun and games. All a mate of mine, Colin Geddes, he was telling me the other day we were to film a thing together, and his fucking car, he was down in Dublin, and his car got rode off. The guy just ploughed into the fucking side of him. So better to just have a fucking dodgy alternator than having the fucking whole front end of your fucking car pulled off. There's no fun in that whatsoever. So like that, the wedding stuff, I'll keep you updated. I don't really know what to tell you. I mean, yeah, I'll keep you updated on that fucking suit fucker though, because I'm meeting him this Friday. Supposed to be all sorted this fucking Friday, and there's shit fucking pants excuses. Like 2.5 months ago he measured this fucking thing. You build a fucking truck in that time, like. So I'll keep you updated, because next week I'll have an interview done, alright, but I'll keep you abreast of things in the opening intro of it and all the rest of it. Reading, I don't know what else is going on news wise. The one that fucking saw, oh Jesus Christ, fucking, well, I mean, the world one's been that games are afoot between Russia and fucking America, sending off fucking missiles. Now North Korea are sticking it. How, like, we fucking laughing at North Korea for so long, going, look at these mad bastards, like. And then, you know, there was Team America, Ronry, I'm so Ronry. Yeah, Ronry my hole. Them lads have something going, like they have, like we were laughing at it, and then fucking Trump lands on. Like, what is it with fucking dreadful Barnetts? Like, who's the fucking next guy? Like, all right, Putin. Putin kind of looks like he could have been in Team America, doesn't he? Like, is his skin impeccable or something? What is it? There's something about the guy. It's just, and even the name Putin, it's not the most dangerous. Like, it sounds cute, doesn't it? Like, I'd easily name a baby cat Putin. It's my little Putin. It's my little Putin. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like Shnaninsky, you know, where you know, there's got a ski at the end of it. Like, there's a Lemachenko or one of these kind of names. Like, now I'm probably being utterly fucking ignorant here. I won't say racist because we're both white, myself and Vlad. I mean, that's a deadly name. Like, you know what I mean, Vlad. But Vlad Putin. Apparently he's a badass fucking judo. Or is it Brazilian jiu-jitsu? I don't know. Or maybe Russian jiu-jitsu. Yeah, them fuckers kicking off. But I was reading the newspaper. It seems like a weekly thing where I'm trawling the courts or whatever. But these motherfuckers getting money for fucking jam. I don't give a fuck. This next one is going to blow the last two out of the fucking water. This guy fell over on a halting site while jogging. He fell over, bust his hand, right? Fucking, I don't know, broke his finger or some shit. Who the fuck hasn't broken a finger? You got 10 of them. I guarantee if you don't even know, if you don't think you've ever broke a finger, I guarantee you probably fucking did. He broke a fucking finger and he got 60 G's off the county council. 60 G's. Now, this is a halting site where he lives, which is a segregated area given to the travelling community, which is fine and all the rest of it. But this is an area that's theirs. This is like your own front fucking yard that's been given to you, by the way, that you didn't pay for. And it was a pothole, apparently. You tripped it over. Now, I don't want to be too cunty about this whole thing, but the blame went back on the council that they did not maintain it and all the rest. But Jesus, Mary and fucking Joseph, you get something for fucking free. You get land for free, and you don't fucking keep an eye on it yourself. And keep it in mind, a lot of these chaps' profession is kind of well documented as being fucking tarmac specialists. And this dude went jogging and fell over in a hole and broke his fucking finger. Now, here's the other side. He's a boxer, right? Which of them isn't. He's a boxer, but he'd also been in a fucking car accident the day before. Yeah. The day before he'd been in a car accident and he went for a fucking jog. Yeah. Maybe he did. Maybe he did. Just for the sake of it, right? So let's say he did. But he got 60 fucking thousand for one finger. 60 fucking thousand. That's 600 fucking thousand for 2 hands worth of fucking fingers. You put some fucking toes in there and that's 1.2 million. You can have my fucking head for 1.2 fucking million. Jesus, 60 a finger isn't worth that. It's fucking not. I've seen the insurance. I've worked for these insurance cons before. A finger isn't worth 60,000. I think that's like an eye or something is worth like 85,000. A finger is way down. That's like fucking 32,000 or something. A finger's worth, depending on which finger it is too. If it's like your baby finger, go to fuck. You're getting a voucher for McDonald's for your baby finger. So your index finger, like your nose picking finger, that one's the good one. Thumb, yeah, that's a good one. But fuck, oh Jesus, 60 fucking G's. 60 G's, like, and there absolutely no justification for it. There was actually one where it was $5,000 given for, which I didn't think this was a thing because I've heard of court cases only going to a certain level where people were like genuine, but there was nothing given for, say, emotional. You know what I mean? There was no. It was like, yeah, sorry. You know. So there was $5,000 thrown in there for like saying sorry, because the county council's judge was like, fuck this shit. Come on. He fucking broke that shit either boxing or in the car accident the day before. You can't fuck what? And for that, they were like, well, you know what I mean? That was a dirty enough comment there, and I think that's worth $5,000. Like, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? But anyway, 60,000 people. We need to get together on this. We really need to get the fucking together on this. The fucking 60. Like, even if it was down like the broken tooth lady, like with 17, fuck, or the one of $20,000 banging her fucking knee off the table. But 60, fucking hell. Christ and Christ above. I don't know if anybody's interested, but my beloved Munster, they're second on the table for the Pro 12. And of course there's a couple of fucking injuries, lads. The injuries are mounting, as they always do at the end of the fucking season. They'll test their mettle and see who they got. And they're bringing in, there's a guy they're after bringing in. He's a fucking beast from South Africa. His name is Jan Diesel, right? Now, if anybody knows anybody from the fucking south of Ireland, there's a phrase, you'll often hear real country fuckers call him Diesel. Diesel as in the fuel, they'll call it Diesel, which is what this guy's surname is, Deysel, right? Now, there's always a phrase that you'll hear shouting out of fellas when things are going great. Fucking sucking Diesel now. We are sucking fucking Diesel. And you will hear this at Munster matches, like lads just fucking or tweeting to be like, we're fucking sucking Diesel now, boys, if you're up by 40 fucking points. This guy just arrives on the scene as a lone kind of player, a short term. That has to go out the window. That has to go out. You cannot be shouting at some poor South African dude, we're sucking Diesel now, lads. It's like, what the he'd be on the side, just stand there going, what? Nobody's fucking sucking me. I'm here to, what? Would have a fucking sucking fucking Diesel. Or sucking Diesel. That poor bastard. But he's fucking hell. I don't know what they're feeding some of them fuckers down in South Africa. Jesus Christ. He doesn't look that colossal. But he just sore. He looks like fucking sore. You know what I mean? He doesn't just shove fellas down. He fucking looks really sore the way the fucker was hitting people the other night. It's good shit though. It's good shit. Leinster won. Alright, Connacht pulled themselves up. We play Leinster or Ulster next week to see how it fucking plays out. But it's going good for a season that could have been gone to the absolute fucking shit house. Looks like it's going good. So we there's a bunch of fucking mad decorations and stuff. That's what we're going to be doing over the next few days, in between gigging and all the rest of it. I'm gigging this weekend, alright. Flat out, I'm in the International this weekend. I'm in International on Wicklow Street. I'm in a Thursday night, Friday night, 2 shows Saturday night, and then on Sunday night I'm over in the Comedy Crunch, the beautiful Comedy Crunch at the Stag's Head downstairs, and then I'll be closing the show over at the Unhinged Comedy Club upstairs in the Halfpenny Bridge Inn, by the Halfpenny Bridge, in case you're wondering. Apologies if I sound a bit fucking croaky, but I think I'm actually, I just noticed myself as quite croaky there, but I think I'm after inhaling half that fucking barbecue. I'm gonna fuck the thing out too. Like, it's done, it's a warrior, like, it's done a bunch of fucking stuff, but it's too small. I'm gonna get myself one of them Weber ones, lads. I'm gonna fucking treat myself after the wedding. I'm getting one. I'd be happy as a pig in shit. I will fucking barbecue everything. I'll barbecue fucking milk up into the thing. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna barbecue the bollocks out of fucking everything, because it's fucking lovely. It's lovely. When these Weber ones, anyway, they seem to be pure rust proof and everything. They're the daddy. Because I'm looking at them. I'm over in fucking B&Q and I was looking at the imitation ones next to it, and you're getting a pure Whopper yolk for it's half the fucking price. But when you pick up the lid, it's like, oh, I see. The lid on the Weber thing, like, you'd want an arm on you lifting the fucking lid, like, and you'd know you're lifting it, and the thing doesn't have any wrinkles on the inside of it. It looks like somebody actually put some time into busting this thing out and making it. Like, the other yolk that looks like it looks the shit too, but when you pick it up, it's like, actually, the fucking lid nearly floats away in your hand, and you can see wrinkles underneath it. It was just pressed out quickly as they were making fucking car parts across the fucking the factory floor. You know, it's just, so I'm gone that way. Just save up and get the good shit. It'll last you fucking 10 times as long as the shit jokes. And if you get the shit jokes, you'll be one of the lads on a Saturday morning over at the fucking municipal dump. Where does metal go? Is this the metal one here? And you're queuing up with all the other poor bastards and their fucking Kia Sorrentos. Whereas fucking Tom will have 3 items of anything to my fucking name, but there'll be 3 fucking good jokes. That's the way I'm going. Like, I reckon if Buddhists had a good fucking barbecue, it'd be a Weber, because they know it'd fucking last. I should be getting sponsored by Weber. I hope to get sponsorship actually on this too. Maybe booze. Booze would be good. I could definitely sell booze. That's something I can get my fucking heart behind. I could definitely sell booze. I don't know if I could sell. You hear other guys with fucking with sponsorship, and you're like, oh Jesus, really, could you do? I suppose you could for money, but it kind of kicks the bollocks out of it, because I guarantee you everybody fast forwards through them. Like, a couple of lads try and make it funny and stuff like that. Like a mate of mine now, he's a good one. He's got a good one actually. It's like signing up to a membership for craft beer or something fairly wanky, but he gets a couple of bob every time. But I'm going to actually see what Amazon hook up with me when the website gets finished. When the website gets finished, oh, I love me a bit of comedy over in Ireland. Oh, lovely. Oh Jesus! You see, like there's one woman. She was like the matriarch of the whole thing. I know I'm hopping all over the fucking place here, but this is back to the hen night, the rough, slightly rougher. She was. There's nothing against people from the north of England, but these were genuinely a gang of rough people. They were lovely. There was a very nice thing to them, like. But she walked out at the break, and I was just out there at the break, and she's like, "You were very funny. This matriarch, she's built like a fucking prop forward, like, and she. Do you ever see like larger older ladies, and they kind of, I think they're giving their tit an itch or something. The tits get itchy or something. She's big old fucking ditties on her, like, and she's got her drink in her. She's got 2 drinks, like, so she's going down for more fucking drinks, right? She's just kind of there with the 2 drinks going. I have to say, while closing her eyes and stuff and talking to you and spitting into your fucking, it's like one of a big glob of spit hit me on the end of the fucking nose too. Like, it's like, oh Christ, and she's talking. She got me cornered. She's like, you were very, very funny. And while she's doing this, I just can't help but notice she's using like the inside of her forearm to just like a chicken wing back and forth, like she's playing a fucking fiddle, and she's just like rubbing the underside of her dug. What a fucking image to leave you with. Yeah, it was fucking bizarre. It was. I was stone cold sober when you're seeing this shit, because you see shit, especially when you come off stage, because you've just done a 25-minute set, like, where you have to be, because you don't know what way a room like that is going to go. Like, they're not really set up for comedy, so you have to be very fucking aware. So your spidey senses are going wild. So you start noticing shit like that. Well, I think anybody would have noticed this anyway. She just started with her forearm back and forth underneath, like. I remember hearing about Diddy Sweat before, like, just a mate of mine sent me a video from the Lewis. This kind of fucking bird lady was sitting behind him, just up with the t-shirt, lifted up the bap, and took out a tissue and just dried underneath her naked tit, flopped it back down and pulled the t-shirt back down and wiped her nose with the tissue and back in her pocket, looking out the window like she was just admiring the fucking birds, like she just changed the song on her iPhone as she was listening to it. No big deal. Diddy Sweat. On that delightful note, you can catch me this weekend in the International, the Comedy Crunch, and Unhinged Comedy. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next week.